Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Noxus map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off for Team 1 in the Northwest, starting with Team 2 in the Southeast. Starting off for Team 1 Southern player, they're working our way clockwise. We have in Emerald Green, Team 1's Bettergy, Sofo Pokan, or Bettergy, or BSP for short. He is a UEF as a 1500. To his north is the Aeon player of Cups. He is in Royal Blue as a 1500. In the rear guard air slot here, I would presume being that far in the corner of the map, we have Team 1's Hotzi as a Seraphim, in Tropical Ocean Blue as a 1700. In the east, we have in Snow White Razana. He is a Cybern for this match as a 1400. Next door to him is another Cybern for Team 1. It is the highest rated player on Team 1 and tied for the highest overall. It is Bannable Offense in Forest Green as a 2000 rated. So for Team 1 side of the map, there are one of each of the factions with 2 Cyberns. Starting up with Team 2's Northeastern player, then working our way clockwise as well. We have in Batman Gray, OGWPR Outreach. He is a Cybern for this match as a 1500. To the south, we have in Ruby Red Terminal as a Cybern. Definitely a fun map from the COD days. He is a 1900. To the southeast, we have in Imperial Gray Strider. He is a Cybern as well. He is a 1400. To his west is the UEF commander of Black Phoenix. It looks like OGW took his color scheme, possibly. Who knows? Just given by his name. He is a 1400, again, as a UEF. And last but not least, for Team 2 is their highest rated player and tied with Bannable Offense for the highest rated player overall. It is Amek War on You as a Seraphim as Chevy Crimson. So for Team 2's side of the map, they have 3 Cyberns, 1 UEF, 1 Seraphim. They traded out Team 1's Aeon player for another Cybern. And for these 10 players on the map, let's take a look how much income they have to scoop up. Currently sitting at 0. 0. Huh. That is the first time I think I have ever seen / casted a game that had 0 mass on the map and reclaim. It does look like there's some trees, but that doesn't really count as reclaim. But that's amazing. I think that is, yeah, that's the first time I think I've ever seen a game or casted a game that has 0 mass on the map and reclaim. But it does make up for it in a little bit of mechs locations here for Team 2 side of the map. Specifically, there are 2 quad mechs positions in the middle, as well as a quad mechs, of course, in the southwestern corner with a tri as well. Of course, that's mirrored in the northeast. The main feature, of course, of this map generated here for us is the cut down the middle of the water, which it means it's going to be a nice, spicy little naval place. So get out your popcorn, get out your drinks, get out your whatever else you like to drink or snack on or eat or whatever you want to do, because it is going to be over an hour in terms of the replay. I don't know if the recording will be over an hour. It most likely will, but you'll know what the time code is when you click on the video. I won't, because I'm currently recording, of course. We do see a couple of raiding units outbound from Team 1 and Team 2, just kind of poking and prodding. We do see that Imek Warnu is pushing in to Team 1's position. He's going very far forward. He is not a Cybern, so he does not have the torpedo upgrade available to him. Team 2 has, of course, 3 Cyberns on their team. Team 1 has 2 of them, so there's going to be a little bit, most likely, of some calm torpedo action. Of course, we've seen that be very effective, and we've seen that be very dangerous. So our players just have to be very careful, especially the Cybern ones, how long they stay in the water. There is a little bit of pocket of water in the back line here, so players can hide their comms from any sort of just easy intel gathering operations from the either side. We do see, looks like to be a little bit of a shift here. Team 2 has locked Team 1 out of the Navy for the southwestern section. There is a nice little Team 1 torp launcher and Cups going for a nice little Aeon naval facility, but it has been denied in the UEF tech by Imek Warnu. He's trying to build a nice little Team 1 to try to deter Imek Warnu. In the east, similar attempts are being made here by Team 1's Bannable Offense, but it looks like just Outreach is just spamming out the naval facilities, essentially ensuring that he does not lose Navy in this eastern side. It does look like instead of Terminal heading north, he head to the middle of the map, which puts him a little bit further away from the action, which means he can reinforce it a lot easier. But of course, the distance and travel time it takes to get to his teammate is definitely going to not be that friendly to him, at least for now. It does look like Strider's moving in. He is the rearguard air slot player here for Team 2. He might go build a couple of, maybe if he gets the T2 tech, build some T2 PD, kind of like what I did in the Aeon campaign mission. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. Very fun. It wasn't too bad. There was another thing that I was trying to do way back when before I recorded it. It just didn't really work out. I was trying to do artillery only, and I ended up blowing up the Black Sun control facility a couple times because of that. So I was like, nah, it's probably not a good idea to just do that. Anyway, a couple of more frigates online and some subs. Outreach trying to get some more Team 1 sub launchers and some more subs just to help. And it looks like it's starting to, but he's losing facility after facility. There could be maybe a dead even thing where he builds one, he loses one, he builds one, he loses one. He did get a Team 1 torp launcher online, so that should be enough to help out. We'll just have to see how that ends up rolling here for Team 2. It does look like Team 1 has lost their naval facility as well, so Team 1 is being locked out of Navy. I think Team 2's goal is just to secure the southwestern sector and then go north and then east with Navy, essentially turning this game from a northwest v southeast to essentially kind of a south v north scenario, which is pretty much what's happening here in the north as well. For bannable offense, he's trying to lock out Navy for Team 2 on the northern side, and he has just done that. Stealth coming online here for Strider. So it is starting to turn into a north v south situation here. We do see Team 1's Cups is still holding position with his commander in the pond there. We do see Bettergy trying to do the exact same thing. Unfortunately, he's kind of just getting denied. He's trying to build these T1 torpedo launchers. It's just isn't really working out for him. He's actually getting shot at by a nice little Sao Issel, Team 1 sub. It looks like Bettergy might just reclaim. Yep, that's what he's doing. It's going to take a couple of seconds, and it does look like you will move those units out of range. T2 Air is online. Is T3 upgrade started? Yes, it is for Team 2. How's the upgrade here for Team 1? T3 Air online before 10 minutes in a Navy map. That is very, very good. Of course, naval players always have to have their own T2 air facility for those torpedo launchers, just in case, because you never know what happens. Torpedo launcher has been started for bannable offense. It is going to be useful. The only issue is now that Team 1 has secured the northeastern corner. It's not as useful as it once was. We do see torpedo online for Strider. T2 Navy is online for bannable offense. So like I was mentioning earlier, it is very dangerous. Unless he gets a lot of torpedo defense units nearby, could be very deadly for him because Team 1 controls the northeastern side. If it was down here, there'd be a different story, but then it's the kind of scenario where why does he need it when it's down there kind of thing. We do see T2 Navy is online in the south here for Team 2. It's actually two T2 naval facilities, one Seraphim, one UEF, getting a double dipping of the Governor/T2 cruiser missile nonsense that those two factions love to do, and you can see that it's currently being deployed. Actually, we see both of them. Nice little Athalua, the T2 cruiser for Seraphim, Governor class for UEF. Nope, not going to continue trying to pronounce Seraphim names unless I hear somebody else say it, or it's just one of those names where it's actually easy to pronounce. I'm just going to refrain from doing that for the time being. Torpedo launcher almost done here for these two players in the east. Not really a lot of upgrades being built by either team. I think that's the only upgrades I've seen so far, bar maybe okay, there is a gun upgrade starting here for Cups. He's thinking about the land invasion that will soon occur. We even see a Seraphim T1 land facility pumping out Zooey, going after Bettergy's comm. He's actually suffering quite immensely here. He's dropped below 2,500, and he's actually dropped below almost 1,000 hit points. He needs to get out of those. Those missiles are deadly to anything that just sits still. He's going to continue to engage. I don't think this is a good idea. He's lost a decent portion of his base, but we could see the first departure of the game. Less than 1,000 hit points. He wants to probably get first veterancy, but there he goes. It doesn't matter. Team 1 loses their first play. It kind of looked like just accepting of the fate kind of thing, but I feel like he could have fallen back, at least had some sort of defense trying to build. But I do understand there's a lot of missile launchers already online, so it can be very annoying to really build back from that. Team 1, of course, doesn't have a lot of the cruiser missile spam. That actually is the only player on Team 1 who can do that. That was Bettergy. I actually know Hotsy can do it, but he's back here, so he had to build his own naval facility or just gift over some engineers and do that. Nice little wing of Storks running around here for bannable offense. There is a small naval fight brewing here in the middle northeast area. Lots of Team 1s. Nice little T2 Salem, though, here for Team 1. So that'll put them a little bit over the edge. Nice little one as well. So 2 Salems for Team 1. Team 2 has a nice little Salem of their own. Of course, they can walk on land. I was going to say walk on water, but that is not how that works. Air ASFs moving in. Air ASFs. It's air superiority fighters. Strat bomber inbound. That's probably what they were doing to just kind of buffer any sort of ASFs from Team 2. There it goes. Takes out the PGen. Takes out a T2 mix. And half of the hit points for that air facility. Nice grab there here by that bomber. The bomber will unfortunately be shot down. And it will be shot down. I mean, that's technically still Team 2's territory. Technically. We do see Strider moving in with his comm, but we also see Bannable Fence moving in with his comm. Remember, it is a 4v5 game, and Team 2 has 3 Cybern players that can build torpedoes. Of course, one of them is Strider, who's in the water, who is the rig order slot. I will point out he's very far forward, considering the other 2, of course, are Terminal and OGW. They are on the eastern side. The UEF and the Seraphim are over on the southwestern side. Cruiser missile spam still in effect, and now we see Imek Marnu pushing with a gun, and T2 Commander wants to try to, of course, establish a nice little foothold, nice little Normandy invasion going on over there. We do see Battle Offense actually staying alive quite well, getting some veterancy, almost up to 1 star. We do see, where did those Tort Bombers come? Oh, no, well, I don't know where they went, but there's another Strat Bomber inbound. Looks like it's going for this grouping of mexes. Going to take out 12 mass a second there. T2 Tort Bomber is not going to help against the T3 Strat Bomber. ASF still airlocking Team 2, not allowing any sort of ASFs to respond to this. A lot of interceptors, though, over here in Team 1's ASF go, hey, hey, hey. No, 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 don't do that. No, 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 go away. We didn't say you can do that. And the torpedo Strat Bomber about to get taken out. It will be able to drop one more payload. Will it take out the headquarters? No, it repped up its hit points, but does take out the T2 PGen, though. And there goes the bomber once again. So that's another Strat Bomber, but it's taken out 2 T2 mexes. Sorry, 3 T2 mexes if you count that one, and 2 T2 PGen. So I'd say that's at least roughly even, if not a little bit in favor of Team 1. We do see that in favor of Team 1 now is the middle of the map here. Lots of spam inbound from Black Phoenix to try to assist, but there's a lot of destroyers, couple of cruisers as well for some AA coverage. And it's looking like Team 1 is going to secure roughly the middle of the map, and that's for 8 mexes that can easily be denied, if not a little bit more over there to the east. But of course, main base mexes are coming offline here for Team 1 as well. Cups really wishing he had more of that mass. T2 PD being built as fast as possible to deal with all of these Zeus spam. Unfortunately, I mean, it's not going to cost a lot of mass to build those Zeus, and Imek Warren, you can just pump those things out. Missiles coming in all the time. Buzzkills aren't great for TMD. They're not bad. They, I think, are the worst, to be fair. Imek Warren, of course, is facing down a Cups commander who has speed / range on board. Another Strat Bomber. That's number 3. Takes out another T2 Mex. And now there's really not a lot of AA nearby, so it's going to be very, very useful and not be deterred by Team 2. ASF stacking up. Looks like they're just going to spam out air facilities just to, again, fight back against Team 1, who's doing not as much of expansion. Looks like focusing a lot more on just the assisting of those 2 facilities. So that is the... Of course, you can assist it or you can build. It just depends on... I don't know what the most efficient way to do it is. I think it maybe depend on how much mass you have and how much it costs to assist, maybe. I don't... Somebody in the comments would have to let me know what's the more efficient way to assist 2 facilities, or let's say produce out of 5 facilities, including a headquarters kind of thing. And I don't really know the math. I'm not the math guy. I'm the daily caster guy, so apologies for not knowing all of my Forged Alliance Forever number crunching. We do see Battle Offense is taking some shots from all of these T2 destroyers. The destroyers have laser weapons, which means they 99.9999% of the time don't miss. Of course, that 0.00001 is for all of the targets moving, or in terms of the laser moving. We do see a couple of TMD, and that TMD really struggling to take out that missile. And that was one of their own as well, because of the redirect systems on board the cruisers. Very, very nice to have that. It's a good way to counter the UEF and the Seraphim. The Loyalists can do that, of course, as well. Very powerful unit in that regard. Put those up with a couple of volcanoes, and good luck getting through that TMD defense wall. T2 headquarters is most likely going to go down here, actually by a couple of inbound Aurora. And now, of course, those Salems are coming into range. They're going to take out the headquarters, deny terminal of any sort of naval facility. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, he's building a T2-1 over here because he knows he's going to lose it, so definitely a smart move there. He built it before he lost it, so he can still produce his destroyers and cruisers. Love the quick second, or the quick decision making there. Another strat bomber in from Team 1's Hot Seat. I just don't know if it's really worth it at this point. Team 2 has prepared not that much AA defenses, but has a shield now, which is better than what they had before. Team 1, of course, has air control, and they're flaunting it in front of Team 2's face. They're, of course, just ASFs dying constantly. It looks like they go after a strat bomber. Another one comes in. Those ASF get taken out. Another bomber inbound. It does not drop its payload there. It drops its payload at a 9 mass per second max. Going to probably take out this one next. Nice little hover bomb there. Oh, nope, doesn't go for that, but continues on Sapwood. We'll take out this grouping of mexes. And AA, nice grab there. ASFs coming from around. Nice little hook maneuver going in behind the ASFs. The ASFs will take out the bomber before it drops another payload. This ASFs, of course, will lose that engagement, but the damage dealing units are dealt with from Team 1. So again, it is a loss, but it isn't that much of a loss. Team 1 bombers assisting the destruction of more mexes. Team 2 is still leading the mass generation game at about 690 versus Team 1's 630, but that's partly due to the fact that, of course, Team 1 is losing mexes over here and Team 2 is losing a lot of mexes over here. So it's definitely a hit and run kind of operation here. You know, you run over here and you hit over here. So Team 1 looks like it's going to kind of clockwise take Team 2's mass and land away. Team 2 going to do the exact same thing. Kind of nice little mirror going on. Another strat bomber over the top here for Team 1's Hot Seat. Man, he is just pumping those things out. He's only sending them in one at a time. I feel like maybe if he waited a little bit longer, built 2 or 3 of them up, he could really just take out the headquarters down here, really lock out air. I mean, he's already doing that with his ASFs, but bomber inbound here for Black Phoenix takes out, actually doesn't even take out the P-gens right here. Takes out a couple of T1s. Strat bomber is hovering. Looks like it's going to deploy probably to this mech. It's upgrading to T3. Really trying to deploy its bomb. Look at that. It's just, there it goes. Oh, that was a really weird maneuver there. It does take out those T2 P-gens there. A couple of T1 bombers also from Bannable Defense to assist. Definitely Team 2 is hurting in the mass department, of course, from these bombers alone. Satsi really just giving it to Team 2 at this point. And it's just really not going well here. Another bomber, of course, is going to drop a payload. Team 1 AA being spammed up, but, I mean, it's not going to help that much. Another 9 mass a second is gone. Team 2 was in the lead, but now Team 1 is in the lead partially just due to that bomber alone. Of course, the T1 bombers are assisting as well. Interceptors trying to catch up. They're not going to be able to do so, and that bomber's not going to shift to the east and take out this mech, I would presume, if not another couple of other mexes. There are some T3 mexes now online for Strider, but he's really suffering. ASF is on its tail. Oh, it's not going to be, is it going to be enough? It's going to be enough. The last missile out from that fighter takes out the bomber. And that is just, Team 2 is suffering from those bomber attacks. I'm assuming another one is inbound. Yep, another one has been built. So it looks like it's just send in one, see how long it lasts, build one, see how long it lasts, and just kind of repeat the method. Team 2 still hasn't really countered with any sort of T3 AA. They're just going for the T1, maybe a couple of the T2s. There are now T3 starting to dot around the lineup. So I think Terminal's had enough of the strat bombers. He's like, I'm done. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Go away. And while I've been focusing on the strat bomber just demolishing Team 2's eco, Team 1 has gained the middle of the map here, and now it's just the war of can Team 1 break through all of these laser-wielding destroyers. We even see the comm of YOLO down here. Looks like Bannable Offense has taken a hit. He's dropped into the high yellows, but of course he does have 4-star veterancy. So sitting at 12,000 hit points, more hit points than he started with. YOLO is sitting with his advanced nano. Yeah, that's advanced advanced regen nano and gun. That's what I meant to say. Of course, Wish they would make it a little bit easier to see the advanced region, but that's just me. Anyway. We do see Razana over here. He's assisting his forces, but he's not really going for any upgrades. He's kind of, looks like he's just patrolling, it looks like. Maybe just for reclaim. Don't really know what he's doing with his comm, but he's doing something. Team 1 bombers deployed against some T2 PD emplacements. Unfortunately, it looks like it's kind of a literally uphill battle. And I'm surprised. I mean, it's probably due to the fact that the Cerberus is not necessarily tall, but it doesn't have to arc its shot. But even then, it would probably still hit the Oblivion. I think it's just due to that. Oh, no, it does arc itself over the nice little hill there. So maybe it just was that particular placement of that Oblivion PD kind of thing. It does look like Team 1 has deterred the advancement of Team 2, and that's partly due to the fact that the main driving force of the attack, which was IMEC-1U, is shifting eastward. But look at this. Look at all the pressure being relieved by the destroyers from IMEC-1U and the Torp launching nonsense Barracudas of the Terminal Cybrid Commander. Of course, they are not the Yassaus, which would be even worse for Team 1, but T2 sub-killers, not sub-hunters. Don't know why they're not sub-hunters, but anyway, it does look like Team 2 is finally be able to shove the ASFs away from Hot Sea, but still, because of that constant bombing run, Team 1 is up about 150 mass per second. That is a decent amount to be up, especially in a naval game like this. You really need to get that mass to get the T3, to get the battleships, to get the battle cruisers, to get the aircraft carriers. Love to see me some more missiles from those aircraft carriers for the Seraphim. It is just nuts that those things also have missile launchers. It's just crazy. You can put a cruiser next to an aircraft carrier, and it's just not great for any sort of aircraft. Of course, the Aeons have the Torrent class missile ship, but that's a missile ship, not an aircraft carrier. It's just the role that it plays, essentially, versus the added benefit, I guess would be the way that I'd put it. And it does look like the momentum is starting to slow down a little bit for Team 2, but we do see IMEC-1U is still putting the pressure on. And that advanced region really keeping his units alive. 56 hit points a second, 50, depending, of course, on the veterancy. It's even helping the units from Terminal. I think the range on that is the... I think it's... let's see if I can figure it out. It's not that far away. It'd be... Yeah, I think it's the red line. Yeah, it's the red line. Anything further back, and it's... kind of low. Of course, a couple of these units have veterancy, so they regen anyways. But Barracuda is coming in with a couple of mermaids just to conceal them, but of course they can be spotted. Looks like they're going after the destroyers first. The comm should be spottable by Team 2. Yep, it is, but looks like they're focusing on the destroyers first. But most of those Barracudas have now been dealt with. Torp bombers helping that as well. So again, the momentum is still slowing down for Team 2, but it's still going in their direction. There's just a lot of incoming fire here from Team 1. A couple of beacons, but mainly Salems. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Salem Shadow walk on land. Torp bombers inbound. Looks like they're going for more Salems. Still not going for the comm. Looks like they're targeting all of the ships first. I mean, he doesn't have regen or anything, so it isn't that annoying to deal with. He doesn't have nano on board, so he's only regenerating at 48 hit points a second. So it's not terribly crazy to just focus on the other units, but if you can take out the high-spirited player, not easy, but he's right there. I mean, you might as well take your shot kind of thing. I think that's just my opinion, of course. Team 1, of course, has 4 players left. Team 2 has 5 players left. Team 2 currently at 1.1k mass income. Team 1 at 1.3k mass income. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you so very much for watching as we witness the first T3 unit that I have noticed, at least on the map. It is the Galaxy class battleship, the Sea of Galaxies. That is the thumbnail I always think of whenever I see a galaxy. Just that one crazy, crazy map. It was one of my earlier casts. I think it was 15 or something. Just a crazy game. We do see in the north. ASFs are stacking up. Couple of transports with some engineers on board, most likely for reclaim operations for the massive amount of reclaim that's now on the map. The map started with 0 and has now gained 62,000 mass. Of course, that's current, not what's already been reclaimed. Now, here we go. Here comes the Salems starting to sprout legs and crawl on land. This is not great for Team 2's northern flank. And that artillery is going to be brutal. There were a couple of Gunthers built. I say were because they are not going to be able to deal with the amount. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. I was like, why is it not going back to normal setup? They just needed a lot more. Probably half as many Salems as there were Gunthers, but Team 2's OGW is definitely not going to be happy about this. Those look like Cups has secured and has now taken a chunk of the western half due to the blazes coming in. We do see, of course, the T2 destroyer is able to deal with those quite easily, but look at this. They punctured in, taking out this little facility over here. Couple of destroyers trying to do what they can. And destroyers, of course, can deal with this, especially with the blazes sitting out of range. It does look like those are now been given orders as I talk through the Ether 2 Cup saying, hey, you got to move your stuff. Another Galaxy coming online as well as a secondary one right there here for Terminal. And it looks like he's producing Yassaus. Yeah, he's producing Yassaus. Love to see those units. And is this a... No, it's not a... Oh, it's not a Neptune. Sad. Sad. Oh, no. Oh, no. Found one. Hey. He built one. Love to see that. It is the Seraphim Destroyer on steroids is what I like to call it. We do see a couple of Galaxies online for Team 1. And this is going to be a slogfest. Slugfest in the middle of the map. It's going to be a long, drawn-out engagement. This, of course, is the worrisome thing right now for Team 2. There are a lot of Salems. Team 1 bombers overhead. They have decent AA. They're not the best. A couple of strap bombers would take those out quite nicely. But looks like Team 2's Strider focusing on other things. Definitely need a shield grid up because that looks very, very cascadable. Team 1 on the northwestern side, same exact thing, but look at this. We talked about just having a couple of facilities online. He's just went, okay, fine. You don't want just a couple of them. Strategic launch, I'll just produce all of them. And there goes the corner of the map. He's going to continue filling in. I wonder how many facilities he ends up building by the end of the game. Would be interesting to see that. Nano repair has been started, I think, once again for Banapol. I think he tried to build it and then got denied. A couple of Barracudas assisting the Galaxies. One of them just gets sunk. And it's just going to be a long, drawn-out battle. Looks like actually some of the firepower going to all of the Salems over here. More of them helping out. We do see a couple of Medusa moving in. And the Medusa, of course, very useful. They can EMP units, so it makes it a little bit more annoying to use them. Or not be able to use them. And the fact that, of course, it's just smaller units. You're able to spam them a lot easier. They're a lot harder to hit. T2 torp bombers coming in, taking out the rest of those Barracudas. The Galaxies do have torpedoes on board. They don't have torp defenses, though. So they can fire, but they just can't deflect. We do see Amike 1U still holding position. The Yassaus, of course, helping out with all of those missile spam that they do. I think the only unit... I think the Mermaid might do it, but at least the Destroyers have torp defenses on board. I just don't think the Mermaids do. Team 2 has been producing them more, I think, than Team 1 has. I don't see one at the current moment. Missile outbound? No, I don't know what that shot was. It's firing at the air scouts. I was like, what are they shooting at? Does look like Team 2 has pushed back Team 1 on this western side, and those destroyers and Neptune are just going to hold position and not allow any hover tech units to move in, essentially nullifying that strategy. ASF fight possibly might happen. I don't see a lot of cruisers in this mix from either side, realistically, which is very surprising considering how the game started, especially for the western side. Salem's still pushing in. Look at this. An entire player's base of eco is gone. Those look like there's some power fluctuations here for Team 1. OGW is at 1 mass per second, 2 mass per second. He is not having a good day on that eastern side. Still nobody has died for Team 2. That may or may not change, especially with the just deletion of Outreach's base. We do see some missile launchers being deployed by Cup C, so he's sending most of his attention this way, deciding, well, I'm not going to make it south. I'm going to go east. Missile outbound. Ooh. Ooh, T3 strategic missile submarine of the Plan B variety. I really like it's kind of dual. I don't even, what would, like wing? What would you call those? Like oh, what do they call them? Not silos. Oh, I'm thinking of the Star Trek word. Nacelles. But maybe that's a Star Trek thing and not an actual legitimate thing. I don't know. But essentially the two wings on the side. I really love the design of it. Kind of looks like an H. I think it'd be funny if they called it Plan H instead of Plan B. But anyway, I do love the name. Of course, it's like, well, Plan B, don't have one on land, have one in the sea. Lots of T1 hunters coming in with some whalers inbound here from Team 2. Air player of Strider, and this is a lot of incoming. Oh my goodness. Terminal, why? 31 T1 land facilities pumping out a host of Medusa, currently sitting at 155. Really making the game work for it. Still, Team 1 and Team 2 just stuck in this position. We do see that Amikwanyu still in the water. Battle Offense still in the water. Both of these players not giving up any sort of territory. ASF's online for not only Team 1's main air player of Hatsi, but also Battle Offense and Razana. Razana doesn't have a T3 air. Is he pumping out aircraft carriers? Did he just get those gifted over? Oh, there's Seraphim. Okay, so he got those gifted over. Don't know why they're gifted over, but I guess that I have no idea. 3 Air Forces, it's not that great. It's better to have, of course, one. It's nice to have some of your own, of course, but having the main Air Force be controlled by one player because you're trying to react to your teammates' reactions, and it's just kind of, there's always going to be kind of a split-second delay sort of thing, and it's just not the best, especially if you're trying to micro the turns. Speaking of which, does look like Hatsi thought the exact same thing I did and went, okay, Battle Offense, you take all those, and we'll call it a day there. Still no attempt in the west to land invade like they did earlier. Looks like Team 2 is focusing on other things. Of course, we saw that Plan B, and that's a Yasao. That is not a Plan B. Where'd that Plan B go? I have to look for that random missile. Oh, no, it's right. Ooh. What is the range on that thing? Oh, there is an SMD there. Ooh, that is not great. It is loaded, so Team 1 does have an SMD online. 34 minutes on the clock here. Team 2, 1.4. Team 1, 1.8k mass income. Does Team 1 have any sort of spicier players building? Air grid, and more air grid. Looks like the comm of Hatsi is getting some upgrades. Most likely, ARAS, I was about to say. That's probably what he's building. I don't see anything here. Looks like air facilities and plant facilities being control K'd for some reason by Team 1's Razana. Don't know what he's planning, but who knows. More Salem's walking on land. Couple of omens in the water. That's a bad omen here for Team 2. There's my dad joke of the day. At least that one dad joke of the day. Yasa's, of course, starting to eat away at Team 1's front line. There are a couple of Barracudas, but the Yasa's pump out so many torpedoes, it's not even funny. They also have torp defenses, so not only do they pump them out, but they also can defend against some of them. Their AA is decently impressive, of course, but with only 400 hit points. Sorry, 4,000 hit points. Definitely not emerge them from the water, especially with some galaxies hanging out. And it looks like that one got taken out by a nice little Salem sitting next door. But it does look like that galaxy is going to go down. That one's going to go down here shortly after. It's just not going well for the Galaxy-class battleships for Team 1. We do see in the west nice little Neptune and a Summit. So the Neptune, of course, body blocking for his bigger brother of the Summit. Team 1 land spam still proving effective, as we see most of those forces for Team 1 have been dealt with, and we see that Outreach is getting back in the game. Slowly, of course, he's been reduced to nothing. He notices the nuke sub, question mark. What is that? Is that in reference to Team 1 or is that in reference to Team 2? I don't know. Is he talking about, does Team 1 notice the nuke sub, or does Team 2's terminal recognize where he put it? I don't know. Looks like land facility has been established here on this upper plateau, or at least the cliffside. It's not really an upper plateau. Yasaos and Barracudas. There goes that omen. There goes another one. Oof. Team 1 is losing forces quickly. A couple of T3 Torp launching ambushing system harms. And looks like they're deploying those. Of course, I think it's funny that they deploy into the water after being built essentially on the surface. You could just build them underneath the surface, but I think that makes them a little bit more OP maybe. We do see a missile outbound going for T3 mechs. It will take it. Nice grab here from that nice little serpentine. I don't think its days are long on this northern shore, but it will try to fire as many before it is taken out. It's actually taken out 12,000 mass, so it's definitely paid for itself and then some. A couple of spy planes over top trying to get a read on what Team 2 is up to. Is Team 2 building anything spicy in the back? No, just quantum gateways and power reserves for YOLO. Looks like T3 Pigeon being built kind of slowly here for OGW. But again, he's just trying to get back in the game. He's now up to 20 mass per second. He's doing a very good job considering I probably would have just crumbled by now, especially if that whole side was knocked out. Torp bombers trying to relieve some of the pressure, but even the harms are struggling. Look at all the torpedoes inbound. And that is a dead ambushing system if I've ever seen one. ASF stacking up. Where'd all the... Was there an ASF? Oh, nope, they're over here. I was wondered where all the ASF went. There's 216 just patrolling this tiny little area. Doesn't look like a lot, but it is a lot. Which means Team 1 probably has over 500, if not more. Will this game have more ASFs than that thumbnail that I put out that had 1,500 ASFs in it? Maybe. That's a lot of spy planes. It looks like the air facility is not really being expanded. He's perfectly fine with the amount that he has. I do love that there are some some shield facilities built within the grid. I do love that. Kind of breaks up a little bit of the cascadiness. Looks like he took out some air facilities, not the pigeons, but it just kind of help alleviate a little bit of that. And it's not all on the edges. It covers the middle. Nice little essentially cocooning going on. Layering. And here come the Yasels. They're getting into the facilities, taking out the T3 naval headquarters here for Razana. The T3 naval facility here for Cups might be the next target, but there's a lot of battleships still being built. And it looks like more Barracudas are being built in response to the Yasel spammed up. And we see Team 2's YOLO not leaving those Yasels. Team 1's definitely got to see him by now. Oh, yeah, they can see him. He is right there. And they just don't want to target him. Or they just don't recognize it or whatever the case. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. Oh, no. Are they on a collision course with that comm? Comm sitting at 16,000 hit points. He could just get one tap by all those Torp bombers. They are inbound. Are they going for the comm? It looks like they might be. That is going to be a dead commander. Here they come. Oh, you are so gone. You did a very good job, but he is gone. There he goes. Team 2 suffers their first loss of the game at 39 minutes. And he did not retreat. He did not just, essentially hide in a pond in the back of the map, which is nothing wrong with that. But he's like, I'm going to just stand my ground. I'm going to push, and I'm going to die on that ground. And Team 1 and Team 2 have the first big air fight of the game. Team 2 is being slaughtered by Team 1's air forces. Look at this, just destruction inbound from Team 1. And that is an air supremacy, I own the air nonsense going on from Team 1. Just alone from Hatsi has 136. Bannable Offense probably has another at least 75. 124. Never mind. Another group of bombers is inbound. And that is it for that momentum for Team 2. It was killed off. And it is not looking good here in the Naval Department. I mean, they pushed so far forward. Nuke is outbound from that Nuke sub. What's weird is that I was like, wait, did it fire through the engineers? And I guess it did. And that Nuke is not going to help when you throw units at that location. Not the best idea. And it's also not going to be as big as a regular Nuke. Of course, not as big as a super Nuke. A couple of friendly fire. That's not going to go well for those. Ooh, kaboom. T3 naval facility knocked out 4 Cups. And there's still Torp bombers overhead constantly. It might even just be smart to deploy the Yasels out of the... Oh, actually, never mind. I can just scratch what I just said because he did that. Never mind. And how's that Nuke loading once again? Killed out 47,000 mass for that Nuke sub Nuke. That is very well done here for that Nuke. And of course, it's open a nice little hole for the battleships. Just go full send it. Of course, they're not feeling so good with all of the bombers overhead. And there is a lot of them. Team 2 doesn't really have the air to deal with this. And Team 1 still holding the northern shore. And they, sorry, no, shore? Beach, northern beach. And Monkey Lord is online. Team 2 definitely not prepared to deal with that, so that's not great for them. Any sort of game enders being built by Team 1? No, I do love the dual shielding for the mexes, though. Love the... Okay, well, you know, at some point I was going to see one, and I figured the regular slot would do something. There it is. YOLO has been spotted by the caster. There it is. It's already in the yellow. And that's going to prove to be a very big annoyance for Team 2. Team 2, you have an artillery, okay, and you've named it Herald. I wonder if Herald's going to do anything. And nothing else in terms of big ticket items. No. Oh, I will mention is now a 4v4 tied up game, 41 minutes. Of course, it happened a couple of minutes ago, of course. Nuke, regular one, is online. Apocalypse T3 strategic missile launcher is online, half loaded. Getting a little bit of a... Nope, they're just standing there watching. Not assisting in any way. And of course, it's just not going great here for Team 2's naval forces. It's just a slaughter for those battleships. I should have done a head count of how many ASFs there were before that engagement happened. Shouldn't have. That probably would have been smart, but hey, it's over with and can't really go back in the past. That's what I mean. I could, but I think it's a little bit too much work just for a count of ASFs. Team 2 does take out the Monkey Lord, and Team 1 does respond to that. There is, again, not as much AA as I would expect. 244 ASFs still online for Hatsi. And with all the raiding that happened earlier on, you would think there'd be more AA. There's just not as much. There's only 6 Myrmidon T3 SAM launchers. I feel like that number should be 5 times that amount, roughly. Land invasions have occurred. Missiles being thrown at facilities over here. There are some TMD, and there's a lot of them, so no issues there. There is one SMD here. There's the main SMD back there. That has almost 3 loaded. ASFs engaged once again. That's just why even fly into that mess of nonsense, kind of why do that. But the spam in the Wagner department is now online. Of course, they are the amphibious tanks. Team 1, I don't think, is super prepared. Well, they have some harms that are helping deal with those. A couple of transports, don't know where they're doing, but they're doing something. Vanderbilt Fence has Nano, so he doesn't have gun, but he's going to try to help the best he can. Defend this as Hatsi. And White ACU says Team 2's OGW. So it looks like Team 2 has spotted a potential target for the next nuke. Next nuke is half loaded. Looks like it went up to 48,000 mass now that the stuff that it damaged was officially killed off. And Galaxy's still coming online. Team 1, of course, doesn't have that many. They have a lot of spam over here, though, protecting those. I'm surprised these are not T3 Mexis. He probably forgot about them. I would too, being that far away from the everything else, since all these other mexes are T3. I mean, he would have probably had all these T3 and been enjoying a nice little upgrade to his mass income. It'd be, what, 27? Is that 18? So 18 times 4, 36, 72 mass more per second for him had he invested in that. I mean, again, it's probably just if we forgot about when YOLO done, no problems anymore, can perma-nuke Navy. Yeah, that's definitely... a thing, and that is almost no power for Team 1's Hatsi. That's not great, but he'll probably fix that here shortly. Team 2, do you have any idea? I mean, you can kind of see it if you zoom in a little bit, but you can't see it from that far away because it's not a built structure. It doesn't have an icon yet. That's definitely a smart play, because even if something was 0.00001% completed, if it had an icon, very easy to spot kind of thing. Artillery is online for Team 2. Is this map big enough to where that artillery can't target the air grid? Oh, that is rough. You cannot hit the air grid from there. Ooh, that's not great, especially with Team 2 not knowing about the YOLO. But they know about this nuke, though, and it is loaded, in fact. I wonder when it will fire, probably in conjunction with the YOLO, I would surmise. Team 2 is still advancing. It's definitely a lot slower than it was, but they are still advancing. And especially with the taking out of some mexes and other infrastructure, lots of T2 gens going down. Not as many T3s as I would imagine here. Maybe some of them got taken out. At least that one. Nope. Hot Seat builds an experimental. It is the YOLO. We do now, says OGW. What are you talking about? Oh, teleporter done. Do we not have... Oh, we don't have Omni. And he says we do now. So Team 2 has an Omni online, which is, to be fair, that is the wrong player. Decently far forward, but again, they are seeing almost the entirety of the map. It'd be better right here, to be fair. But again, that's a caster knowing everything and the players not knowing everything. But it looks like the collapse of the Navy has pretty much just cemented itself. Bannable offense in the water. Again, Team 1 has a YOLO, and this match goes on for at least another 20 minutes. So there's a lot of other shenanigans happening. Team 2 does not have adequate SMD defense at all. There's one there. There's one there, but that's 3 loaded. There's a nuke back there, and that's new. And there it is. The first nuke of the game is going. Where did I missed it? Where did it go? Where is it going? Looks like it's inbound. Oh, we have a telemaser inbound. Oh, the nuke is able to fire off one. There's a counter nuke also online. It's going to drop and go after, looks like cups. Oh, that might shift a little bit. Oh, hold on. I'm going to slow things. Hold on. I'm going to slow things down. There's a couple of things happening at the same time. Hold on. Okay, looks like the nuke is going for Navy. I cannot. Oh, I locked him in place. That's why it's not working. And the nuke lands. Kaboom. Clipping cups, but he's perfectly fine. But his main facilities are down. The comm of Team 2's, I presume, outreach is coming in. That's the comm I would presume would be inbound. There's not a lot of PD nearby, and I'm watching this very slowly. Nuke is inbound. It might clip terminal. Terminal, you got to move east, not west. Ooh. And Strider, he's the one that teleports in. Oh, he's not. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get the YOLO. Strider dies. Very unfortunate. And does Terminal live? I think Terminal might make it out of there. Ooh, that is rough for Team 2. They lose a player, and they almost lost another one. It was very, very unfortunate. It was very close, to be fair, but it just wasn't close enough. And I hear another... Wait, is there another explosion happening? I missed something?
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke, and another nuke inbound here from Team 1. Looks like one's going to the east, taking out a lot of the spam. One's going south, taking out the facilities, it looks like. Definitely unfortunate here for Team 2. Ooh, it would have been a nice play had... I think the laser just didn't engage because he was too close to it looked like. Because he was standing right here. I don't know what happened with that, but it really just didn't fire. Very, very unfortunate. Looks like the pressure was just relieved in time. Team 1 is able to fight back now. Another nuke is outbound. YOLO, says Black Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, if a terminal literally was right next to one, so. And there goes the nuke. Kaboom, takes out that. And sorry. Kaboom, takes out that. And kaboom, takes out that. So the main naval force and the main naval facility is knocked offline. Look at all of the assistance going down here from Team 2's terminal. He is just spamming out all of those battleships. Another YOLO is inbound. TMD being built immediately. Strider, of course, gains control of the air grid in the back. SMDs are loading somewhat quickly. This one, of course, is the one that's mainly loaded. That one will be able to deter 2 YOLO missiles. That's the first one. And it doesn't... Oh, I was going to say, it doesn't fire the second one for some reason. But maybe because it was loading, I think, was the issue. Looks like the mass FABs are the main focus, and the mechs is here for Team 2's artillery piece. Thwart bombers still trying to help out as much as they can. And they are doing a great job, but there is more AA online, being the aircraft carriers. We'll see the Seraphim ones with the missiles on board. But still, even with a lot of that pressure relieved, Team 1 is really hurting in this northeastern corner. We see some Team 1 bombers just taking out the rest of the spam facilities. Looks like they were all upgrading to T2 just to produce some Salems, but they're not going to really finish anytime soon. Well, I mean, just recall if we don't have anything, says Amek War on you. No, the YOLO is inbound. Oh, that one barely missed. And it looks like this facility is not going to be long for this world. How does this game go on for another 20 minutes? We'll see. Again, I know that it works. I just don't know who won or whatnot. It makes me think something big is going to happen here shortly. That's, of course, the matches you always love to see. Is you're like, well, this team, there's really no way for them to come back. And then something happens. You're like, oh, my goodness, that was just the best comeback sort of thing. And there's the Calm of Cups hanging out next to a lot of ASFs. It looks like a chunk of them being gifted over here to bannable offense. Spam of Wagner's is inbound. It's just a nice little conga line going on. Oh, there goes Harold. I'm sorry, Harold. You tried your best, but it just wasn't enough. Kaboom. I love to wait like the silent part of the nuke and then the actual like explosion. I mean, even if the scath is finished, we don't have SMD to protect it, so... Wait, scath... Oh. Oh. Wait, is it? Oh, it looked like it was building sideways. Or at a diagonal. Yeah, that is fair. There are some SMDs, looks like they're starting to be prepped. They're dotted all along the map over here. That may be where Terminal's going to try to place it. But again... Oh, that's going to be a snipe on Terminal's comm. Ooh, goodbye, Terminal. You did your best. You did a very good job with Navy. Oh, but you are a dead commander, so there's no way. Yep, there's no way you survive this. Kaboom. Nice snipe here by Team 1's Hotzi. That is a kill. Team 2 is producing more mass than Team 1, but Hotzi is just spamming out the YOLO missiles as fast as humanly possible. Or are the Seraphim human? I have no idea. Another YOLO outbound. Looks like it's going for this facility down here. Lots of Hathums down here. Ooh, that's going to be it. Ooh, and it looks like another nuke lands down here. Kaboom! That's unfortunate. That's where Nuke was building here for Team 2. So it looks like that secondary nuke got another... Yeah, 117,000 mass killed with that nuke. Lovely snipe there. And there goes the YOLO. That's a lot of dead engineers. And ooh, there's more engineers over here. Ooh, they were building another summit. Oh, no. Oh, that's not... Oh. Oh. No, there's no way that facility survives. Huh. Or not. But all of those dead Hathums and the other battleships. Looks like they were also stuck, it looks like, at some degree. 275,000 mass killed. Has its first veterancy, that YOLO missile launcher. And the air grid looks like it's the next... kind of... Actually, no. It looks like it's shifting a little bit eastward. Or maybe they noticed the thing building in the pond. No, no, yeah, it was dropping short. Oh, yeah, not loaded in time, unfortunately. Kaboom. Oh, that's just rough for Team 2. They're just getting beat over the head with a YOLO, and there's not a lot that they can do. They're still producing more mass than Team 1, to be fair. Because look at all the mexes that Team 1 have lost. And there's even SACUs with cloaking on board hanging out, because why the heck not? 34,000 hit points on board those units. So while Team 1's main device, main driving force for this game is the YOLO, the Navy looks like it's starting to come back, but it's really not looking good here. There are a lot of T2 gunships outbound, though. Maybe they're going after all the Voltus. Another YOLO is outbound. It's going to strike right here. It's going to take out a lot of these cruisers and a couple of Hathums and other T3 battleships. Cloaking has been started for Bannable Offenses Commander. Where is that plan B if it still is alive? I highly doubt it's still alive, but it could still be alive somewhere. Hiding. Aircraft carriers pushing in. Team 1 has fought back quite nicely here, so at least at a minimum, they have a fighting chance. And of course, it was just that one YOLO that really kicked things off. 52 minutes, and that thing has fired so many missiles at this point. Nothing's been hit down here, though. SMD, 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 SMD. Team 2's Black Phoenix is spam loading SMDs as fast as possible. I don't blame him. He has enough to deter one missile, but he doesn't have enough after that. The air grid, surprisingly enough, has been left alone. You would think that the air grid would be targeted. The Scathis is done. I repeat, the underwater building. That is the one benefit, of course, of the Scathis that I can think of often, and it can move. Those couple benefits is that the thing can be built underwater, moved, and then activated. And Team 2, of course, is going to try to use that precisely as possible. There is a decent amount of shielding around this. Coincidentally enough, there's actually not one right here. There are no pigeons next door. There are a couple of mass fabs. Looks like that's out of range. Another YOLO missile has been fired. And how far is this? Okay, please tell me you built some shields, because a couple of strat bombers will wipe that thing out very quickly, and you don't. So that's not great. You gotta build shields for your T4 stuff, especially your game enders. You just gotta build them. Even if it's just 2 or 3 of them, or even just one. Built. What is happening? Some fireworks going on over there. Huh. Just bombing out some T3 naval facilities. Looks like Scathis has fired its first volley. It is inbound. If Hutsy's paying attention, actually, it's not firing at him. It's firing, it looks like, at the regular nuke that's been built. Or not. No, it's going to this location. Team 1's got to notice that. Another YOLO's outbound. Oh, this got taken out. Kaboom! It's just not going great here for Team 2. SMDs trying to be spammed up all around. You got to condense them. You got to put a bunch of SMDs in a tight little environment. Another volley is inbound. You got to just go for the YOLO at this point. That's the only thing that can really save Team 2, is if they take out the YOLO, because the longer this goes on, the worse it gets. It looks like it's kind of just a stalemate now over here to the east. YOLO is outbound as well. Takes out another chunk. Kaboom! Gonna land there. Gonna take out that chunk. Team 2 is just not looking good pretty much anywhere but the YOLO at this point. And that regular nuke is going to get shot down. It's actually a nice little probing nuke. It's essentially, I can just take out an SMD sort of thing. Land invasion has started to occur, but there are a couple of chickens online. One got taken out, another one online as well. And Scathis is now raining in on that YOLO. Looks like some air units actually got taken out. And the air grid, that was not a good grouping of shots from that Scathis. The shield grid right there is not looking good. More shields, more shields, more shields, more shields. More volleys inbound. Those mass fabs did not help the situation. Oh. And actually, one lands over here, surprisingly enough. That's not going to... I mean, it's going to take out, what? 64 mass a second. SACU up here, cloaking and gun. Latent hope cloaked. That might be the title of the video right there. I might go back and actually just take a picture of the Scathis in the water there, because that might be the title of the video. It's really funny. I don't know why. Another volley is inbound. Team 1's got to find that thing immediately. Team 2 absolutely knows it. They don't know where it is, but they're going to be looking for it. They don't have an Omni online that I can tell. You can see the spy planes inbound. There's just a lot of AA. It's really preventing any sort of intel gathering. Wait, the Scathis... Oh, okay, I was going to say the Scathis not fire for some reason. SMDs, of course, being loaded constantly. Trying to be spam loaded. More. Looks like mass is needed by OGW. OGW not down on mass now. He's up to 1.5k. Airfight over the top here, and Team 1 desperately wants to find out where that little tiny nonsense of the Scathis is actually moving. What are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? It's going to get spot. And there it is. Team 1 sees it. They fan out. They're like, we might as well just use the air scouts, air superiority fighters, and call it a day. YOLO is going to try to target that Scathis immediately. And I'm presuming that they... Oh, they don't see it. What? They should see it. They don't... Oh, there it is. I was going to say they should have seen it by then. Does it have stealth on board? No, it doesn't have stealth on board that I know of. That is Team 2. Okay, there they go. Now they see it. Surprised they didn't see it initially. Gunships over here. That's not good. Looks like Reach has seen it. And look at this. Harold is back. Harold is back. But, oh, no, those are T2. That's right. They're not T3, so they're not going to last as long as the T2, as the T3s. A little chunk of grid down. Tiny bit. Not a lot. A little bit. And Latent Hope looks like he got... Oh, he's here. Here he is. Here he is. What is this nonsense? This is... Oh, there's a Scathis shot right next door. That was not a great placement. Oh, this is what is going... He's taking out the shield emitters. Oh, no. Does Team 1 not have a radar system? They don't see it. They don't see the SACU. Oh, my goodness. This could be play of the game right here. That is crazy. Shield trying to be held. As long as the... Oh, he's like, I gotta dodge. And look, oh, okay, now they see him. Okay, I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder if he'll actually get close enough to it. He's gonna try to go for it. He might just try to give it a hug. There are some Team 1 PD, though. That might not help situations. Oh, he's gonna get close to it. He takes out an emitter. He takes out another emitter. He got pretty close. He got pretty close. Another volley inbound. Main shield is being assisted. Yeah, they really need a Maver in this situation. Another group of Salems is inbound. And we see Bannable Offense with a laser, with cloaking on board. There he is. Oh, Nuke is inbound. Is that a dead experimental? Oh, that SMD is probably going to get destroyed. Team 1's Razana over here as well as with the cloaking gun and laser. Both of these players are doing that. They know that if they can break through, that's a dead. That's a dead Scathis. That's a goodbye Scathis. Does Team 2 have another something big? No. Well, that's a goner here for Team 2. Oh, that's those ASFs are not going to feel good after that flight. Ooh, yep, there they go. Bye. It's named No. It was named No at the last second. It'd be really funny if it survived, but it did not. Team 2 held up very well. Scathis trying to do what it can. It took out more of the shielding, but it just wasn't enough.
Strategic launch detected.
And another explosion happens over here. Kaboom. Is that nuke still online? No, it's... What blew up then? No one's dead. Is there a... Oh, is there a... That's an Aeon nuke. Is there just one hiding somewhere that I don't know of? No, because this one's gone. Oh, maybe that was destroyed just recently, maybe. Okay, I was going to say, because it's definitely an Aeon nuke. Razana being chased down by some SACUs. 56,000 mass killed. And that is going to be a dead calm here for Team 1. It was just an all-out brawl this game. The game is still not over. Still has 10 minutes left. There goes Razana. Goes out like a champ. Nuke is inbound for that air grid. Finally, after I don't know how many minutes since that YOLO's been online. There goes the air grid. Shouldn't have been online for this long anyways. Kaboom! But Hatsi did rectify that. Team 1, 1.4K. Team 2, 1.6K. They are still producing more mass than Team 1. That is a massive amount of SACUs, I would presume. 19, actually, only 19, surprisingly enough. Looks like just a lot of T3 mechs is still online. Artillery's still hanging in there. Did it get Oh, I didn't get nicknamed again. Oh, that's sad. And Team 2 doesn't have an Omni, which means Bannable Offense cannot be seen. At least doesn't have one over here. Look at all that nuke. So many nukes. And SACU is blowing up. That's not going well here. Are you dying back? What? Oh, are you... What? What? Perhaps... oh, there goes the YOLO. Oh. Goodbye, Harold, number 2. Oh, I was going to say, please clip Bannable Offense. That'd be very funny. That does not. It does not get him. He's perfectly fine. He's just barely out of range. 1 hour, 2 minutes on the clock. Team 1, that's got to be game at this point. That has got to be game.
Strategic launch detected.
SACUs are just going to be thrown into the pyre. I think at this point I can just speed it up to +2. Yeah, that teleporting comm, the telemaser from Strider not getting that YOLO was just not great for Team 2. That's another Team 3 naval facility that's going to go down. That was the one that should have been killed earlier, but just got barely. Oh, look, Team 1 has a Scathis, because why not at this point? Where is it? Where is it? I don't. Oh, there it is. Just in front of my face next to that bug. We even see Cups over here to the west hanging out with a nice little Aeon. Not even Sniper Commander, just regular range and regular shield. Here come the Salems from Bannable Offense. All the ASFs dying. All the SACUs dying. Ooh, that's going to be a nice chunky kill of mass. Ooh, there goes a nice couple 3 there. That's not great here for Team 2. Can I speed up to +? I can speed up to +3. Nuke is online. Is trying to fire immediately. Team 2 just has nothing left in the tank. Scathis overhead is going to essentially just derail whatever else is Team 2 up to. Really need to just spam loading SMDs at that point. They just should have said, this is the point we're going to defend. Defend that point. Is he trying to snipe OGW with a nuke at this point? Because he pinged it right next to him. It looks like Bannable Offense has been spotted a little bit. And will he die? He will get killed off by the SACUs. And the SMD does shoot down the nuke. But that should be the last one in store. Team 1 is now down to 2 players. Tied with Team 2. And like I said, this is very... I mean, it's really favoring Team 1. Alwasaw says Team 1... Oh, there it is right there. No, that's a Soul Ripper. That's an Alwasaw. Someone build a UFO, and then you have all 3 of them. Lots of Team 1 spam inbound. Cup's doing a very good job. Team 1 bombers over the top. They're just trying to get in range of something. Is that that is another artillery placement online. Is that Herald number 3 now? Number 3 is... Wait, did that... I was going to say, did that nuke just scooch on by? But it did not. Oh, that is a kill here for Team 1. Goodbye, OGW. There's no way you get out of range of that. A very close call. What? You're still... What? You're still... How are you still alive? How? How are you still alive? Do we see the... Oh, we don't see the yellow bar, unfortunately, for the recall. They haven't done the recall yet. I was going to say, please don't tell me we have T3 artillery targeting Team 1 mobile artillery. Please do not tell me that's what I'm saying. The game's still going on. 1 hour, 8 minutes. I don't see if Team... No, I think there's no way Team 2 can pull out of this. Personal... official... PRO. That's the acronym for that. PRO. How is this game still... How did these players not just dip out at this point? How did that nuke not kill OGW? It was right on... Almost right on top of him.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke. How many nukes at this point have been launched? The comm has been spotted once again. Being hit by Team 1 artillery by these fervors. He is going to die by... Oh, he actually got hit by that Scathis. Never mind. And that is a kill here for Hatsi once again. And it looks like that... Oh, the Awasa bomber almost got him. But it was just... Oh, is this going to get him? Yes, it will. Team 1's Hachi gets another kill. Just the bug fleet is inbound. That is the game here, folks. 1 hour, 10 minutes. That YOLO lasted more than, well, I was thinking it was roughly 30 minutes. I mean, that was the game. Once the YOLO was built, it was just boom, boom, boom. and then a bunch more booms in between that, and then another boom. So let me know down in the comments who you think did the very best. Again, I think Atsy was the MVP of that game. Thank you so much for watching of this 1 hour, probably 9-10 minute video. I really do appreciate it. So if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see all of you in the next one.